Hello, I'm Ben. I'm a host and creator at Rug Radio. I'm here with OONA. OONA is a great contemporary artist from, I don't know quite where she's from actually. Perhaps you could give us an introduction to you and a little bit about your work and what you've been doing here at NFT.London this week.
Marvellous. Well, first off, I've been having so much fun meeting Ben and everyone from the Rug Radio team, so big shout out to them. My name is OONA. I'm an anonymous conceptual artist. I do performance art, I do video art, and basically I've been here in London as a present, and I was wearing a gigantic box for 2 days.
You're boxless today.
I'm boxless today. Look, I needed to sit down. At a certain point when you're wearing a box for 12 hours, 3 days in a row, you go, all right, fuck it, I'm going to sit down now.
So tell us a little bit about the box and that whole
Marvellous.
piece, because I guess you were living and wearing your art as an activation here at the event.
Of course. So there's something very beautiful about having, a world that lives in digital art and everyone focused on digital art and then doing something that makes the art the body and the canvas.
Yeah.
And so I decided to come as the artist is the present, which is basically my position that in Web3 and in NFTs, it's the artist's identity or their popularity that actually drives the cultural impact and the floor price of their work. So when you actually look at it, the artist is the thing for sale.
Okay.
And if you're a female artist, you're automatically boxed in.
Right.
So I was like, you know what, let's have some fun with it. It's my birthday. I was born last year at NFT.NYC, the first one, not the June one. So I decided to come as a present and kind of embody this idea that the artist has total control over their identity.
Yeah.
And I turned myself into a live surveillance camera. So I've been live streaming from my chest the whole time and basically reversing the gaze, kind of asking what's the relationship between the artist and the audience and how does the audience respond to an artist?
Incredible. I mean, it's a really, really interesting concept. You are a conceptual artist and you're working with us here in the Web3 space. What is your view on the way the bridge between more traditional art styles and Web3 art has been achieved in terms of fine artists and people whose craft is their art as opposed to PFP projects and things like that?
Totally, and I think that's such a good question because, it makes me really sad. So I went to proper art school, I did the wanky art school route and I did it really well. I nearly got a D- and I failed every single semester.
Right.
But that's a whole other thing with institutions. But it does make me really sad that some of my contemporary peers that I've gone to art school with are wonderful, fine artists are a bit reticent to join this space because they associate the word NFT with monkey or a cool picture online and they don't even think it's cool. And that's fine, you don't need to think it's cool, but I really am trying to say, hey, there's so much that this technology can do for artists. If you look at the context of performance art has been traditionally temporary, it's fleeting, it's of the body, it's often durational.
Yep.
So you have no way of kind of solidifying that, adding that degree of longevity to it. And also selling it. Performance artists deserve to have a thriving career.
Sure.
And so now you combine blockchain and performance and you get the beauty of permanence and you get the beauty of financial stability.
Yes.
So I think if more traditional, quote unquote, perspectives start to see the technology and strip it away from perhaps how it's been marketed in mass media so far, then there's much more enriching conversation that you can actually dive into.
So talk to me then about what you think needs to happen, because there is a huge, I think, gap at the moment between people who might be interested and have a real vested interest in a particular subject matter, be it art or music or popular culture, fashion, and then there is this technology and the word NFT and the word MetaMask and Ethereum and that whole user experience is very, very difficult. What do you think needs to happen to kind of bridge those things?
Right, well, I think that's a very challenging answer, so I'm going to give my best. And I would say that first, anytime that I talk to someone about NFTs, there's basically this idea that the jargon is really what makes it different and that it's all new. And I'm like, honey, it's not new. The jargon is bullshit. Talk about minting. People are like, how do I mint? And I'm like, have you ever uploaded a photo? You know how to mint. It's that easy. You drag, drop, you do that. It's not too complicated.
Yeah.
It's making it seem like it's this new technology that I think is actually kind of detrimental. Yes, it's a new technology, but it's just an iteration of what we've already been kind of playing with, what we've already been experiencing.
Yes.
So I think that kind of shift needs to happen in how, the in community actually ends up talking about it.
I agree.
It cannot be positioned as something that's like so nuanced. It's like, no, this is a very easy concept to grasp. And then I think the second thing is like, when it comes to art versus PFPs, and I don't know if you really asked me this, but I'm going to answer it anyway.
Go for it.
When it comes to the difference between like art and PFPs, I have no interest in the PFPs. All the respect to them, something about it just doesn't really drive me. I don't really like being part of big groups. I don't like groupthink. It's not my thing.
Sure.
Fine. Respect people who like that.
Yep.
But then when it comes to building art has been so long revered as something that you either get or you don't get it.
Right.
And so if we actually look at art and break it down and say, hey, every individual has a relationship with art in some very menial way. It doesn't need to be a holy grail moment. Mm-hmm. And NFTs are an opportunity where you can actually buy art quite easily.
Yes.
And you can have that independent relationship with art, breaking down that kind of, it needs to be in a museum, or it has to be something that's bigger than me or better than me or that I don't understand. It's
sure.
like, no,
and if it's something you appreciate, right?
Exactly.
Then you have the ability to support someone's creativity so that they get to produce more of that. And I think that's a fundamental positive from the space that is probably not spoken about a great deal.
At all. And I always tell people, like, when I go to a friend's gallery or something and they have like the little prints, I don't know where I live right now. I'm bouncing all over. I don't want to buy your physical art. I love you.
Yeah.
But if you offer me a digital version, cool. I'll put up my digital gallery. I won't have to worry about kind of storing it or keeping it.
It's everywhere you are.
Exactly.
I really like that.
Yeah.
It's been amazing speaking with you today.
Thank you so much, Ben.
Have you enjoyed the event more kind of like holistically? Has it been a great experience here?
It's been fantastic. I spoke yesterday and it was an absolute hoot and a holler, and I think I'm going to get in so much trouble for everything that I said.
You won't get in any trouble.
We'll see, but it's been good.
Well, it's been wonderful speaking with you. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Ben.
And I'll see you again soon.
See you again.
Bye-bye.